I feel like for the longest, people have always said hospital food was nasty, but I swear every shift for like the past week, I've gotten off at 7 in the morning and ate hospital food. So it's not that bad, but let's get to the video. What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Zid. I'm back at it again with another video. And yeah, it's been a week, so we're back at it again with another weekly video. As you guys know, I am a hospital CNA. I also am signed to an agency, but I haven't done much agency work. I typically just come up here and talk about my hospital experience. So here we go with this week's video. As you can see from the title below, we're talking about ICU experience as a CNA. I recently got a comment about posting about the experiences that I've been getting from other units, so I feel like this would be a good time to do so. I haven't posted in a week. I feel like it's stuff on my face, but I'm just getting off from a 12-hour shift. A little bit tired, but not so much. I have to be back tonight, so I don't think it'll be that bad. This is my second night in a row, and then I have 2 days off, and I'll go back for Friday. So let's go ahead and get this one posted and up for you guys to view. Okay, better. So I moved over because the light was getting a little too much in my face, but so I moved over so you guys can see me better. So for the ICU, or what others would call the intensive care unit, those are your more critical care patients. These are patients that need around the clock monitoring. They need close attention paid to them, because in that, that critical state, your health can either stabilize or it can decline. And when it declines, it can decline rapidly. So you need someone there. You need a team, a group of nurses, a group of techs to be there to ensure that their health does not decline. And if it does, then, you have people there that can fix whatever issue needs to get fixed. But the ICU was very interesting to me. As you guys know, I come from a neuro background. So it's typically your stroke patients, your seizure patients, and even like spinal tap recovery. I think we see a lot of that on the unit that I'm on, and it was nice to see a different patient demographic. I've been trying to float as much as I can so I can get videos like this out to you guys. I also have a comment that kind of brought about this video that we're doing right now, and it was typically, what other units can you see? How is it on neuro? And she wanted to see, I think she said she wanted to see more experience with other units, and I've visited a couple units now. I've already done one on cardiac and vascular. You can go back and watch that video. I'll make sure to put it in the description below. But I've also was able to visit a ICU now. So for my techs or new CNAs or even seasoned CNAs that want to get in the hospital, the ICU is a good option. Granted, prepare to work. You know what I mean? Prepare to definitely be there to do a lot, because that floor was very busy. But I was able to learn a lot, and I really appreciate the experience that I gained from it. Now let's get into some of that experience. So initially walking in is different from the unit that I've worked on, because we don't use walkie-talkies. Our unit is a little bit bigger than theirs, but we're also a lot deeper than what this unit had. Typically, the floors that's in a hospital can go anywhere from 14 beds to 32 beds. And you kind of just work it by there. But this unit had walkie-talkies, which I really, really liked. And I would say typically because it made it easier to communicate. And when you communicate it, you can hear everybody communicate. So you know what's going on in each room simply from listening to the walkie-talkies that they provided for us. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really cool. And I wish that my unit had it, but we don't. But we still do a good job of communicating. Again, every floor is different. Every hospital system is different. And, your hospital might not have walkie-talkies, but that's something that you could possibly look for if you are in the ICU. It makes it easier to communicate. It made it so much easier to communicate for me. But I was really shocked at the different types of patients that I was able to care for. Again, never really cared for a motor vehicle accident patient before, but the patient was in a neck brace, and that's something that it was cool to get around, because you do have to move this patient to change this patient. You do have to move this patient to, I guess, get them readjusted and get them comfortable. And that's something I don't typically deal with on my unit. It was really cool to see that. And I've asked so many questions for the nurses that were there, and I feel like I was able to grab so much when it comes to your ICU units, even though it was progressive. I will say that the ICU units that I've been to now, the nurses were seasoned. I didn't see too many new grad nurses. These are nurses that have been nurses for some time now. They are not new. So I know a lot of CNAs that I speak to on a daily, and even CNAs that comment on this channel, they want to be ICU nurses. So I'm not sure if new grad will be an option, but I am sure that once you get a little bit of experience, because this is such a critical care situation, critical care unit, you do need that base knowledge of experience to handle certain situations like this. So that was really cool to see. I asked a lot of the nurses, like, where did you start? A lot of them started off in med-surg, and they was able to get some of that critical care certification, some of that wound care certification. These are both things that you'll need, I'm pretty sure, to be an ICU nurse, but they acquired already those certifications. So I know that when I start and when I finish and become an RN, I will definitely need to get some of these more serious certifications, such as your wound care and your critical care certifications as well. So yeah, but I went off on a tangent. Let's get back to being a CNA on the unit. So I think they have 14 beds, which is not a big unit at all. I was the only tech. That sucked, but it was cool to see the different things that I saw on that unit. Your intensive care, they do, of course, you round every hour. You have your blood sugars, of course, and then you have your vitals. Vitals were a little bit different than the unit that I work on, because everyone was connected to a monitor. Now, for you guys that know about being a tech, you guys that know about working at a hospital as a CNA, having monitors is literally like the best thing in the world. Like, you walk into a unit and you see monitors, you're like, oh yes, like, that is amazing, because typically you have to physically take the vitals on a Dynamap for each of your patients, which can be time consuming. But for my ICU unit that I visited, we didn't have to do that at all. They had a monitor. You hit the little start button. It takes their blood pressure. Their respiration is already listed. Their O2 is already listed. And I think you just have to get their each temperature. But again, they had them on the wall. Like, it was so streamlined for me to get vitals. Typically on my unit, it takes me an hour 15 to get vitals if I'm not stopped with anything. This one, it took, I want to say, less than 30 minutes. I was in and out for each room. It was great. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So it'd be cool to work on a unit with monitors. I do know that sometimes we hook our patients up to monitors, but it's not typically the norm. If they have a telebox, that's all they really need. If you work in a hospital, you know what I'm talking about. Also, this video is not really directed toward my nursing home techs, because when I was at a nursing home, I didn't get a taste of any of this. I didn't get a taste of what a telebox can do. I didn't get a taste of having monitors and having all of the amenities. I will call them amenities that you will have at a hospital. It's typically night and day at a hospital. I'll say that. I feel like every time I bring up nursing homes in my videos, I will always say that a hospital is going to be better, especially if you want to move up and become a RN, or you are in medical school, or even if you want to be a respiration therapist. I didn't see any respiration therapists at a nursing home. Typically, I'm not saying that they don't need them, but your hospitals definitely have them. And these are all options that you can take from being a CNA. So yeah, again, I might look a little sleepy as well. I'm just getting off a 12-hour shift, but I would like to visit a unit like this again. ICU so far was really interesting to me. I feel like only because it was new. I did a lot of running around, but I also feel like I learned a lot. And being able to see some of the more serious things that can happen out in the world, I love it. Being able to see some of the more serious things out in the world is interesting to me. I don't know what type of nurse I want to be, but I know that, your more critical situations, maybe ICU, maybe ED, would be very interesting to me. And every time I get a chance to float to these more serious units, I'm able to see something I haven't seen before, and I get excited being able to see something I haven't seen before. So that's all I have for y'all in this video. Stay tuned for the vlog that I'm posting later this week. I hope this video was able to help somebody. You might have some specific questions about the unit itself. Go ahead and drop them below, because I'm here to help you guys in any way that I can when it comes to this CNA nursing stuff. So I feel like that's all I have for y'all in this video. If I missed something or you feel like I missed something, go ahead and put it below, comment. This channel is growing a mile a minute. We're already at 1,200 subscribers, so that's amazing. I remember when we had only 200 subscribers. So big shout out to everybody that's supporting the channel. This was a quick fly-by-day video. It's a little rough, but we're gonna get through it. So yeah, appreciate you for watching. That's all I got for you on this video. Peace.